Good morning. Well, it's actually afternoon now. But anyway, so I just kind of wanted to jump on here and talk about what it's like to be quarantined, like when you're struggling with an eating disorder, whether you're recovered or trying to recover, or even like in the middle of it, which God bless you, because that's like the hardest. I can't even imagine. I would consider myself recovered, but it's a struggle on the daily. Let me just say, like every person, okay, not every person, I shouldn't say something like that. But basically, if you have any kind of addictive personality, you're going to struggle for the rest of your life, whether it's smoking or drugs or alcohol or an eating disorder. You're probably going to struggle the rest of your life. Every day is recovery. Every day you have to implement what you've learned to recover, and it just goes on from there. So, I personally do have an addictive personality. I used to smoke. I still struggle with that, smoking cigarettes. And I still crave them. Not enough to smoke them. Once in a while I'll have one if I have a drink or something. But I still crave cigarettes, like in the car or just like when I'm bored, especially right now for whatever reason. I am craving cigarettes right now. I'm craving cigarettes. I want to drink. I think because I'm just like bored and I'm trying to fill a void. Like I'm just craving all of these things that are like powerful to me. You know what I mean? That can have a hold on me that you can get addicted to. So, I need a distraction, like a healthy distraction to my eating disorder, because that's what I'm focused on right now, my eating disorder, because I'm not an alcoholic. I've never struggled with drugs. Like I said, I used to be a smoker. I'm no longer a smoker, but I still struggle with addictions in general. So I think that's why I've never struggled with drugs, because I've always been too afraid to try them because I'm afraid of becoming addicted. So anyway, I need some kind of distraction. I love going to the gym. I have two gyms I go to. One's my home gym where I just like lift and do cardio. And then there's my beloved Stride, which I like, if they only knew I was their number one fan, I swear to God. Stride is a like cycling, a studio. It's a studio, and I go there for spin classes, but they have bar, they have Pilates, kickboxing, yoga, all that kind of stuff. I love it so much. It doesn't matter. I miss it regardless. So I normally have those as a distraction, and I just don't right now. And I'm normally one that cannot do home workouts because I just don't have the discipline, and I'll like stop for a second to go to the bathroom, and before I know it, I'm like scrolling through Facebook or YouTube or whatever because I stopped for 1 second. I just have no self-discipline. But for whatever reason, when this quarantine started, like I've said, I'm either going to get in the best shape of my life or I'm going to gain like 15 pounds. And that's just the truth. I'm leaning towards getting in the best shape of my life because I have been doing a lot of home workouts pretty much every day. Like not intense. Some of them are just like HIIT workouts for like 20 minutes. Some of them are 30 minutes. Some of them I'm just weightlifting. But I've been doing something every day just to keep my body moving and in shape. And I can say like I feel myself getting stronger, and I'm doing workouts I never did before. So I'm just seriously noticing some results because I've been doing the home workouts. You don't have to pay for stuff. Like seriously, there's so much out there on YouTube that you can learn. Like you can do Pilates at home, you can do yoga at home, you can meditate at home, you can do HIIT workouts, strength training, all kinds of stuff with no equipment. Now I have dumbbells, I have a treadmill, I have a stair stepper, like a really low-key kind of stair stepper. But I don't have very much equipment either. But like if you've ever taken a bar class or TRX, like you know that you like just your body weight alone can seriously sculpt the hell out of your body and get you ripped just by your own body weight. It's crazy. So I've been doing a lot of that. A lot of distractions as far as like exercise and stuff. Go for a walk. Like my husband was weird in the beginning of this whole quarantine thing, and he's like, don't go on our deck. Don't take the girls to the park. Don't go for a walk. I think that's a little much, but like I have been going for walks just to get myself some vitamin D for 15 minutes because seriously, I am starting to go nuts in the house. Like there's always stuff to like I'm the type of person where I can't sit down and watch a movie because I'm always doing something around the house. There's always something to be done. But seriously, like, get outside and get some sun because you will go nuts. You gotta get yourself outside. You're gonna go insane. And no wonder you're, like, struggling with stuff because you have so much time to think right now. Now's the time to read a book. Like, if you never have time to read now. You know, even if it's 10 pages or 10 minutes once a day, start reading. Read the books that are on your book list that you never had time to read, or read that stack of magazines you never got to. I've been saying, like, there's a silver lining in everything, and I just feel like this quarantine is the time to do all this. I'm sure you've heard this already, but really, this is the time to do the stuff that you never had time for, whether it's a YouTube channel or reading a book, or it's not the best time to, like, start a business, but maybe, like, really brainstorming about your business you want to start. This is just the time that, like, you have the time, you know, to do a lot of things. It's a hard time right now. Like, I can't imagine what certain people are going through. I luckily have not really been affected, just maybe a little mentally. I really haven't been affected, but I really, like, pray for a lot of people that are struggling right now, that have lost their jobs, or, you know, whatever is going on. The people that can't afford to buy food like they have. I'm going on a tangent. Okay, clean. Clean your freaking bathroom. Clean your baseboards. Clean your mirrors. Do one thing a day. Like, my thing last week, Monday, was all the cabinets in the kitchen. I did all the cabinets. The next day was literally spot clean every single spot I saw on the floor. Do something every day, and you just feel so accomplished by the end of it, okay? I will say TikTok's another thing. I'm not a TikToker, but I think everybody else in the world is, so hell, use TikTok to distract you and pass your cravings by. I will say, see, like, what I've always said was, okay, when you do drugs, my eating disorder is bulimia. I have trouble with bulimia. I've never been anorexic, but they're both very serious eating disorders that can really destroy you inside and out, destroy relationships, destroy jobs, all kinds of stuff. Like, it really can get very detrimental. And I've always said, like, if you struggle with drugs, let's say cocaine is your choice of drug. Let's say you were a cocaine addict, okay, and you quit. With food, with an eating disorder, you cannot quit. You can't just quit. So I feel like if you're in a room full of cocaine, how are you supposed to say no to that? How can you be put in a room full of cocaine and be addicted to it, used to be addicted to it, and say no to it? With food, you can't do that. If you're struggling with food and you have an addiction to food, you can't just stop it, right? So it's like you really have to learn so much to be able to cope around food, which to somebody who doesn't have an eating disorder, believe me, I know it sounds so silly. Like, what do you mean you're addicted to food? What do you mean you don't know how to act around food? It's a struggle, and it's a struggle that you deal with every single day, at every single meal. Like, it's very difficult. And I will say, like, first of all, this is just my thing, and I know some therapists say otherwise, and I do agree with them, but I know what works for me, and what works for me is out of sight, out of mind. Like, I cannot handle having my binge foods in the kitchen, and I have kids, like, so I really have to, like, try to find the medium there and have things that they enjoy and be able to handle myself around those foods. I should edit that out. I don't know how. So anyway, so I will say that I cannot have, like, cookies and cakes and breads and all kinds of binge food in my house because I cannot fully control myself yet. So for me, out of sight, out of mind, okay? And sometimes I do give in. Like, if I'm really, really, really craving a soft pretzel and I can't shake it, I'm only going to drive myself nuts more in the long run because I'm depriving myself. Do not deprive yourself. Have what you want to have. The whole freaking answer here is moderation. Like, even I'm not a fan of Weight Watchers because it's still a diet program, but Weight Watchers does teach you moderation. Like, if you want to have a cupcake every day, have a cupcake. If you want to have a piece of pizza every day, you could have that and still lose weight. It's all about moderation. So really, you can have whatever you want to have, just do it wisely, you know? So I try not to eat that kind of food because I have a hard time with self-control. And two, like, I am really, really into fueling my body with what's best for my body. Because, yeah, I could have pizza every day, have it in moderation, and lose weight, but I'm not going to feel my best. I'm not going to feel as good as if I were to have a salad or some vegetables fried, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's still not good quality food, but you can have that stuff. If you know your weakness, the best thing to do is try to add that weakness into your diet every single day, or almost every day, so you know, and then over time, that food won't taste as good. Like, it used to be a forbidden food. Now it's a food you might enjoy, you know? Might not enjoy as much. So yeah, I do still see an eating disorder therapist. Some weeks we don't talk about food. Some weeks I'm doing so good, and then the next week I'm not doing good. And then we'll talk about, my struggles and what we can do and what we can work on and all that. So I do still see a therapist almost weekly, and she's a godsend. I see her in the comfort of my own home because she's actually in Arizona, so, but I swear she's the best. Yeah, so I still see her. Other things, like, the number one thing, some of the tips I'm gonna get to now, like, the number one thing is do not diet. Like, the biggest, either you have an eating disorder because you dieted and you restricted yourself, or you have a fear of weight gain, which I do because I used to be a lot bigger, and I know how I feel when I'm thinner, and it feels better, and nobody wants to be heavy, so that is the biggest factor of my eating disorder, because I have a fear of weight gain. I don't want to lose weight. I want to be thinner. I want to feel better. So do not diet. Even, look, all you haters can comment and say what you got to say, but I'm not on board with Weight Watchers. I'm not on board with South Beach and all this freaking crap. I'm telling you, none of it's good. The coffees that are supposed to make you lose weight that these MLMs are promoting, no, it's another diet. It's another substitute. Don't do it. Just eat what you want to eat in moderation. Like, go to Starbucks if you really love Starbucks. Go to Dunkin'. Freaking get a Happy Meal once in a while. All that stuff is okay. Just do not diet, because the more you restrict yourself, the more your body's gonna be like, and it's gonna just turn around and bite you in the ass. It's just the truth of it. I'm sure you've experienced it if you're watching this. Be mindful. Be mindful when you're eating. I still have so much trouble with this. Like, even if it's a salad, if there's like 3 bites left and I'm so stuffed, I just want to eat it because I love salads, and it's 3 bites. Like, why would I throw that away? Let me just finish it. Because I think as a child, like many people, I was taught, finish what's on your plate. There's hungry kids out there. You can't get up till your plate's gone. That fucked us all up. That's not good. Just like babies. Like, I have a baby. Well, she's 1.5 almost. She's 1.5. And I swear it's crazy. Like, I just give her food and she just knows when to stop. Like, it can be her favorite food. She'll take a couple bites and don't want it anymore. I'm like, you only had a couple bites. But they're mindful that they listen to their body. And that's what we were all born to do, but we were messed up along the way. And that's a part of it. So be mindful. And listen, I'm going to do it with you because, like I said, I'm still struggling. But be mindful when you're eating. Listen to your body. And I really will say that it does take your body like 15 to 20 minutes to realize it's full. So try to eat slow. Don't sit in front of the TV and eat your meals. I have trouble with that during lunchtime. For whatever reason, at lunch, I want to watch a show while I eat. And it's just the worst thing for you because you're so distracted. Even YouTube. Try not to sit there and watch a YouTube video while you're eating because it's a distraction and you're not listening to your body. I know this is another repetitive thing and it's very cliche, but you literally eat to live. You don't live to eat. Listen to your body. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Your body's telling you it's full because it does not need any more food. It doesn't need any more calories. And in return, you're going to feel shitty. You're going to gain weight. You don't need any of that. Be mindful of what you're eating. Sorry, my hair's still drying, so it's all over the place. Stay hydrated. That is not a bullshit statement. Like, make sure you have drank enough water, because your body does get confused. If it's dehydrated, if it's thirsty, you're gonna want to eat. It's just telling you it's hungry, it's empty, it needs fuel, it needs water. So make sure you're drinking enough. Probably I drink like 5 of these a day, and then I have a Hydro Flask that I try to drink 3 or 4 of. And I almost always hit my water goal, and I freaking feel so much better. My skin is better, my hair is better, I don't eat as much. It's just all around better. I'm telling you, drink your water. It will help you in the long run. And seriously, get enough sleep. Sleep is something I put first always. Like, I will not hang out with friends if I know it's gonna disrupt my 8 hours. I won't, like, I make sure, like, a lot of times now, on a Friday and Saturday night, I don't even hang out with friends because I know I get up early the next day to go to the gym, so I gotta go to bed earlier. Like, priorities. Sleep is my #1 priority over pretty much everything, realistically, you know? But I really do make sure I always get 8 hours. Let me just say, I must have been tired, because this quarantine, the one day I slept 12 hours. That can't be healthy, but my body must have needed it. You know, I let it sleep and I felt great. I didn't feel groggy. I didn't feel like shit. I slept my 12 hours and I moved on. But make sure your body is getting enough sleep, because I'm not going to like list all the statistics. You can do your research. But I think we all know that, like, it makes you hungrier, it throws off your appetite, it throws off your hormones, and you just don't feel as good. So make sure you're getting, I always shoot for 8 hours, always. And if I end up staying later than expected, I push my alarm back, because I will get that 8 hours, because I know it's going to affect me. Like, I tend to, in the afternoon, I'm like, should I take a nap or should I sleep? I know if I got my 8 hours, I don't need to like pick and choose. I got my 8 hours, work out. You know, I don't need a nap. And I feel like after I nap, I feel like crap anyway. And find someone to talk to. You know, like, when you're having your rough times, just find someone to talk to. It's okay. Like, that's another thing. I feel, maybe there is and I just haven't found them yet. I don't think I'd need one now. But, like, I feel like there should be sponsors for people with eating disorders. You know, there's people that hold you accountable when you're an addict to drugs and alcohol. But why aren't there people that hold you accountable to your eating disorder and your binges and stuff, you know, and make sure you're eating properly? There should be sponsors for that. Why aren't there? I would love to one day be a sponsor. How I'm going to do that, I'll figure it out. But that is one of my ultimate goals. Like, I would love to be a sponsor for people and start some kind of program for eating disorders, because I think that's really important. When you're struggling with that and you're in that moment to where, like, you're so anxious and worked up, like, thinking about whatever your obsessive thought is, you should have somebody to talk to, because people that don't have eating disorders don't understand. You know, you can't just be like, oh, dude, I cannot stop thinking about this donut. Like, what do? I'm not hungry, but I really want it. Like, you should have somebody to talk to for that, you know? And then, yeah, exercise, man, I'm telling you, like, even, it's hard sometimes to pick between your craving and your obsession and replace that with exercise, because it's like, no, like, I don't want to exercise right now. I want to eat. But I've done that. Like, I've replaced that obsession in the moment and gone and ran or did a weightlifting thing and watched a YouTube video or watched a show while I weightlifted. And I can tell you, after the fact, I don't want to eat that donut now, because now I'm pumped. I have my endorphins going, and I don't want to not even sabotage it with calories, but, like, now I'm feeling better, and I don't need that donut. I'm like, fuck you, donut. Like, I'm good. Like, I just worked out. I'm feeling good. I know in return I'm gonna look good. I don't need the donut, you know? Not saying that donut is the enemy, because you can have it just in moderation, you know? Like, it's okay. Just be kind to your body. Like, know that every meal you put into your body thanks you, because your body needs the nutrition, your body needs the calories, your body needs the fiber, the nutrients, it needs all that. Your body is a machine, and if you treat it right, not only will you feel amazing, but you will look amazing. You just gotta stick with it. This is a really long video, and I'm sorry for going off on my tangents, and I don't edit my videos. They're really raw, really real. So I hope if you made it this far, you're a real one. See you guys!